So we had this conversation. It was ongoing. We ran out of time, but I said we have to continue because many of you are seated on landmines. Many of you are seated on gold. Many of you are seated on minerals, and those are real estate. When I say gold and minerals, I'm not meaning this actual gold. I'm not meaning the actual minerals of diamonds and coal and oil. No, I mean those of real estate. Real estate is booming. It's growing, and Uganda is virgin territory. Uganda is virgin land. So that is why I had to continue this interview, for you to know that you can actually invest in real estate and become a wealthy millionaire, billionaire, whichever capacity you invest it in. It's enough to make you either a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire, whatever, as long as you invest in the capacity of what your purpose is and what you're looking for. So, Wilberforce, looking at the fact that we're talking about location, and I believe the backbone of real estate is location and configuration. Yes. Those two go hand in hand. Yes. Because you might give me a property in Munyonyo, but configuration has no plan. Yes. And I now want to invest in real estate. What are the steps to go through?
Thank you very much, Christabel. And this is what we're advising most of the people who want to invest in real estate. Like you said, we've seen people who have got their retirement benefits and all, and they don't know where to start in real estate. And that's where we come in to sit with you and walk this journey with you. So first step is the purpose. Like I said, I refer to purpose, but I think all the life that we live,
everything in life is purpose.
A purpose.
Even in the Bible, they tell you, once you know your purpose in this life,
things will get easy.
Then things get easier for you.
So we first sit and know the purpose. Why are you investing in real estate? We can even actually give you 3 different investment vehicles to put your money. We sit with them and calculate the pros and cons of each. Why do you choose real estate? Do you choose it for the 4 purposes we talked about earlier, or even more? Do you choose it for posterity, for daily income, to keep in your money? What do you want? After we've looked at the purpose, we look at the most critical element, which is location. Mm-hmm. Where do you want to set up your property? And then it starts with the purpose. When you tell us that your purpose is to earn 50 million per month, then definitely we know there are some locations that won't do that for you. So once we determine the purpose, then we go to the next thing, which is
zero down to the locations.
Where do we want to earn this money? I have a dream. I have $1 billion shillings from NSSF. I've saved up my money. I want a commercial building that gives me 20 million a month. So we now move to the next step. Where can I get that? So we start on location. But location also means, do we buy one that is already constructed? There are so many properties on sale. Or do we construct from zero? Scratch. So we go to that math. So first, location. We know if you want that, we'll go for a commercial property. It will be in these locations. These are the trending locations. Chigo, Chanja, Munyonyo, Najera, blah, blah, blah. Ntinda, Naria can give you that. Now, once we determine our location, you see how we are zeroing down, we go to the next step. Do we buy an already existing property, or do we construct? What are the construction costs? Now we bring in the professionals. From where we started, purpose, location, now we go to planning. Planning starts with a feasibility study. We must do a study for you to advise you before you invest your money. We've seen so many people that we manage properties for, or that we advise, that have thrown so much money into a very poor location without proper feasibility. They incur so much expenses in construction, wrong location, and they hate real estate. They will tell you real estate is the worst thing ever.
I know, I've had those I've met.
But it's because from the start, you didn't do the purpose well, you didn't find the proper location, and you didn't do a feasibility study. Feasibility study, we advise what's the best location. After we've seen the land, what's the best use of that land? Do you do a mixed structure, both commercial and residential? Do you do only commercial? Do you do industrial? Do you do a data center? Or do you even let out the land as is for someone to do something on their own? You see, from the planning level, we calculate the plans. We do BOQs. Now we go on and say, okay, very good. We have our location. Main road, 25 decimals. Cool. Mixed use development. We are doing 30 shops, 20 apartments. Okay. We have everything on paper. Well done. So we go to costing it. This is how much it's going to cost you, materials and labor and marketing and everything. We put that on table. After that, then we go to authorization. Once we've done the plans, we take it to council for approval, depending on where you are. If you're in Kampala, we go to KCCA, Kira, we go to Kira Municipal Council, like that. We seek approvals of your plans. They come on ground and approve. Once we've done our approvals, then now we go to the construction. Use professionals at every level.
Step of the way.
I've seen people who have sunk money into a property, 1 month into putting it on the market, the thing collapses, it starts to leak, it has to have all those issues that cannot allow it to be occupied. Developing a property is one thing, and then managing it to give you money is another. It's what people need to know. Starting a business is one thing, making it run successfully is another. That's now where professionals who do property management come in to advise you, okay, we've put up this very good structure. How do we market it? How do we manage expenses? How do we manage taxes to make sure it works
get back your money's value?
You have your monthly budgets. This is the operating costs. These are the profits per month. So now you go to manage.
And now that is where being a landlord is better than just having a business within the landlord's property. Why? Because this landlord is going to levy the tax on your rent.
Yes.
This landlord is going to levy the expenditures of that building on your rent.
Yes,
this landlord is going to levy the bills of everything about that building. We have talked about all the steps, the processes, but now what is key is most Ugandans don't have cash at hand.
Yes.
You understand? For those that have, that's the smallest percentage. Even small-scale real estate, saying in Zimba apartment in Nyazoka, it's still a limited percentage of Ugandans who can afford to do that. Now, a Ugandan who doesn't have cash at hand and is actually getting a loan from a bank, say, and they're getting this loan. How are they supposed to service this loan as opposed to all the actual expenses that go in? Because we all know construction is not cheap.
Yes.
We know construction is not small. As much as it's the best way for passive income, as much as it's the best way to make money when you're sleeping, it's the best way to hand over to your generations to come. But the costs that go into it are not light. They are not small.
That's true.
So how am I supposed to service my loan as opposed to actually getting income from this property or this real estate I'm doing, and also making financial value?
Thank you for that question. We need to understand that real estate is, the downside is that it's a high capital investment.
Yes.
Real estate is not cheap. That is the truth. It has its very huge advantages, but a high level investment. However, there's a way to manage that still.
That's what I want to hear.
Like I said, the first step is the purpose. When you know the purpose for which you're constructing, you then know how to finance your purpose. Where there's a will,
there's a way.
Yeah. So let's dive into equity versus your own funds, etc. I would say once you know the purpose, then we are starting to sit with you to know where you're going to get that money from. For example, if you're looking at subsistence daily income, taking a loan, the bank system is in such a way that most of the real estate funding is not 100% funded. You must have, say, 60%, and then they give you 40%.
True.
Or you have 40% and they give you 60%, or 80-20, whichever percentage you're working with. But the main thing is once you know the purpose, then you look at yourself and know how much money do I have to start this real estate. So most of the Ugandans, the normal Ugandans who are not in the other percentage you said, there's not much cash flow we have to all put in this investment at once. So we have different advice. Number one, you can phase the project. You may not have to do it all at once. If you're developing 10 apartments, do 3, get them done, do another 4, and then do another 3. My personal experience and advice would be that as you embark onto a real estate project, know at least where 50% of that investment is going to come from before the outright loan. Equity should be about 50%. We can't take the loan at the level of finishes when we've read the market, when we are certain of what is going to happen. But number 2, once you know the purpose, use professionals, have your costs from the onset.
So let me ask the final question while we close. Say I have land.
Yes.
I want to do real estate. I have land in a very prime location, and I want to give this land to the bank as a form of mortgage to be able to get a loan off this mortgage and construct on that very land. How would that work in a few words?
Definitely for many Ugandans, it's working very well for them. You put in the title and then you get out the money. Like I said, same principles. As you're getting the money, know how much you should have in equity, how much you should have in loan. Once you get the loan, use it for the purpose for which you got the loan.
So basically, that is where it makes sense for you to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
Do we have a future in more real estate investment, or is our real estate a little bit crumbled?
I will say, my parting shots, the future is real estate. The housing deficit in Uganda right now should be more than 2.4 million housing units.
It is.
And the population is not getting any lower but higher, meaning we shall never have enough housing units for this country. Kampala is a rented city, just as Nairobi. So wherever you put up rental units, they will be rented. Trust me. See that there's a very bright future for real estate. You just need to find the right location, manage your costs as construction, be in good terms with your stakeholders, URA and municipal councils. You make it in real estate.